Everyone, success has a rhythm, a melody that the world only hears after you've spent countless hours fine-tuning your craft. It's easy to want to show off the grind, to let everyone know the sacrifices you're making. But let me tell you something. The loudest noise comes from results, not words. When you plant a seed, you don't see the roots growing beneath the soil. You water it, nurture it, and trust the process. Your hard work is like that seed. It doesn't need an audience to grow. It just needs focus, discipline, and the quiet persistence that comes with knowing your time will come. Too often, people waste energy trying to prove they're working instead of actually doing the work. They post, they talk, they perform for the world, but in the end, the effort speaks louder than any announcement. Let the fruits of your labor be the only declaration you need. When you finally emerge, when the spotlight finds you, it will be undeniable. Understand this: silence doesn't mean weakness, and humility doesn't mean you lack ambition. It means you trust yourself enough to let your actions do the talking. You don't chase approval or validation because you know the truth. The grind doesn't need applause. It just needs commitment. Every brick you lay, every ounce of sweat you pour into your dream is building a legacy. And legacies aren't built on noise, they're built on substance. Work hard, and when the time is right, the world will see what you've created. They won't be able to ignore it. True success is not something that announces itself with loud proclamations or constant validation from others. Instead, it is forged in the quiet moments when no one is watching. These are the moments when effort, discipline, and dedication come together to create something remarkable. The world tends to see only the finished product, the promotion, the championship, the accolades. Rarely does it witness the grind that makes all of it possible, the endless hours spent refining skills, facing failures, and finding the will to move forward. When you focus on quiet dedication, you give yourself permission to concentrate fully on what matters most, the work itself. Distractions become irrelevant. You're not constantly looking over your shoulder to see who's paying attention or worrying about whether you're being acknowledged. The truth is, seeking recognition before the work is complete can be a major obstacle to success. It divides your energy, leaving less of it for the effort needed to achieve your goals. Quiet dedication is about committing to the process without needing applause at every step. It's about trusting the value of your work even when the results aren't immediate or obvious. Consider the discipline of a musician learning an instrument. They spend hours alone repeating the same scales, hitting wrong notes and starting over. No one claps for those practice sessions. No one cheers for the hours they invest. But that musician knows the applause will come later, when they perform with skill, confidence, and mastery that was honed in silence. This mindset applies to all aspects of life. In the workplace, for example, the most respected professionals aren't the ones constantly reminding others how hard they're working. They're the ones who quietly deliver results, exceed expectations, and make their actions impossible to ignore. The same goes for personal development. Transformations in fitness, education, or any other area don't happen overnight. They require a steady, focused commitment that often feels thankless in the moment. Yet, over time, the cumulative effect of that dedication becomes undeniable. There is also a certain humility that comes with working in silence. It shows that you're not chasing superficial validation. Instead, you're prioritizing personal growth and the satisfaction of knowing you gave it your all. Humility doesn't mean you lack ambition. It means you understand that the journey is more important than external approval. When you focus on the work instead of the recognition, you unlock a deeper sense of fulfillment. You're not just chasing a result, you're becoming someone capable of achieving that result. In a world dominated by social media and constant comparison, the temptation to showcase every small victory can be overwhelming. But remember this: true confidence doesn't need an audience. The most successful people often move in silence, allowing their actions to speak for themselves. They understand that success is not a performance. It's a series of deliberate, often unglamorous actions that lead to greatness. Quiet dedication also allows you to embrace failure as a necessary part of the process. When you're not worried about who's watching, it's easier to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them. Failure becomes less of a public spectacle and more of a private lesson. Each setback becomes an opportunity to grow, refine your approach, and strengthen your resolve. This resilience is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who merely chase fleeting attention. Ultimately, working in silence is about maintaining focus on what truly matters. It's about aligning your efforts with your goals and letting go of the need for constant validation. This doesn't mean you should never share your progress or celebrate milestones, but it does mean that the foundation of your work should be built in solitude, because when the results finally come, they will speak louder than any words ever could. And in that moment, you'll realize that the quiet dedication you invested was the most powerful tool you had all along. When you plant a seed, the growth that matters most happens beneath the surface, out of sight. The roots stretch deep into the soil, establishing a foundation strong enough to sustain what will eventually rise above. Similarly, the most critical parts of our personal growth and success often happen in silence, unseen by others. It is in these moments of quiet, focused effort that the groundwork for greatness is laid. Roots grow in silence because they don't need attention or validation to thrive. They simply need the right environment, consistent care, and time. This same principle applies to our efforts in life. Many of us are tempted to seek acknowledgement for every step we take. But true progress isn't about being seen. It's about doing the work necessary to build a foundation that will hold up under pressure. This requires patience and trust in the process. The world may not notice what you're doing right now, but that doesn't diminish its value. Every small step, every late-night effort, and every moment of perseverance adds to the strength of the foundation you're building. In life, people often celebrate the visible results, whether it's a promotion, a championship, or a completed masterpiece, but they rarely recognize the effort that went into achieving those results. Think about a tree that stands tall and strong. What we see above ground is only possible because of the intricate network of roots below. Those roots don't need to announce their growth, they simply grow. They provide the strength and stability that allow the tree to withstand storms and flourish. This is a powerful metaphor for the work we do behind the scenes. It's also a reminder that progress isn't always obvious. There will be times when it feels like nothing is happening, even though you're putting in the effort. But just because you can't see the results doesn't mean they're not there. Growth takes time. Skills are developed through repetition and practice. Strength is built through challenges and persistence. The roots of success grow deeper every day you show up and do the work, even when it feels like no one is watching. The silence in which roots grow is also what protects them from external distractions and criticism. When you're not focused on proving yourself to others, you're free to focus entirely on what matters: your growth, your goals, and your progress. This is where true strength is built, not in the spotlight, but in the quiet, intentional work that no one sees. The time you spend in silence isn't wasted, it's an investment in yourself. It's important to resist the urge to constantly share or seek validation for your progress. In today's world, where social media encourages us to showcase every step of our journey, it's easy to feel like your work doesn't count unless it's acknowledged by others. But the truth is, the most meaningful progress often happens in private. When you focus on the work rather than the attention it might bring, you stay true to your purpose. You're not working for applause, you're working to grow, to improve, and to create something lasting. The silent growth of roots also teaches resilience. Because they grow unseen, they are less affected by external forces. They adapt to their environment, finding strength in adversity. Similarly, when you work in silence, you learn to rely on your inner drive rather than external validation. You build a resilience that allows you to keep going, even when progress feels slow or unnoticed. This resilience becomes one of your greatest assets, enabling you to overcome challenges and emerge stronger than before. In the end, the roots you've cultivated will speak for themselves. The strength, stability, and growth they've nurtured will become evident to everyone around you. But by the time they see the results, you'll already know the truth: that the real work, the real progress, happened in silence, beneath the surface, where it mattered most. Actions have always carried a power that words cannot match. While words can inspire, promise, and influence, it is through action that change, progress, and impact are truly made. Actions are the unspoken proof of effort, commitment, and capability. They are the undeniable evidence that someone is not just dreaming or talking about their aspirations, but actively working toward them. The truth is, results don't lie, and no amount of talk can replace the weight of what you achieve through consistent effort. It's easy to get caught up in speaking about your goals or plans. Words are accessible and require little effort, which is why people often use them to give the illusion of productivity. But speaking about what you want to do and actually doing it are two very different things. Words might create a temporary impression, but without actions to back them up, that impression quickly fades. On the other hand, actions have a lasting impact because they lead to tangible outcomes. When you act, you're showing rather than telling. You're proving that your intentions aren't just idle thoughts, but driving forces behind your efforts. Consider a craftsman building a piece of furniture. They don't spend their time boasting about their skills or telling everyone what they're about to create. Instead, they gather their materials, work methodically, and let their finished piece speak for itself. The final product, something beautifully crafted and functional, says more about their dedication and ability than any words ever could. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth, what you do will always hold more weight than what you say. When you focus on actions rather than words, you begin to cultivate a reputation for reliability and effectiveness. People come to see you as someone who delivers results, not someone who just talks about potential. This kind of reputation is invaluable because it builds trust and respect. It's easy to promise the moon, but following through on those promises is what sets you apart. Your actions become a reflection of your character, work ethic, and determination. Moreover, actions have the power to inspire others in a way words often cannot. When people see you working tirelessly toward your goals, they recognize the authenticity of your efforts. They see the struggles, the sacrifices, and the persistence required to achieve something meaningful. This resonates far more deeply than simply hearing someone talk about what they hope to accomplish. Actions demonstrate possibility. They show that success isn't just an abstract idea, but something achievable through hard work and commitment. Actions also have a way of silencing doubts and criticism. When you're making progress and achieving results, there's little room for others to question your ability or dedication. The proof is in what you've accomplished. This doesn't mean you need to prove yourself to anyone, but it does mean that your work will speak louder than any defense you could offer. Instead of getting caught up in justifying your decisions or responding to naysayers, you can let your results do the talking. Another important aspect of focusing on actions is that it keeps you grounded in reality. Talking about goals can sometimes create a false sense of accomplishment. It's easy to feel like you've made progress just by discussing what you plan to do. But real progress only happens when you take the steps necessary to move forward. Actions keep you accountable. They force you to confront the challenges, adapt to obstacles, and push through discomfort, all of which are necessary for growth and success. When you prioritize actions over words, you also develop a stronger sense of personal fulfillment. Achieving a goal after putting in the work brings a level of satisfaction that words alone can never provide. It's the quiet pride of knowing that you earned your success through effort and persistence. You don't need external validation because the results are there, clear and undeniable. In a world where words are often overused and underdelivered, actions remain the ultimate proof. They cut through noise and show the truth of who you are and what you're capable of. While words can inspire or persuade, it's actions that create lasting impact and move the needle forward in any area of life. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the urge to showcase every aspect of your life to others. Social media and constant connectivity have created a culture where people feel the need to perform for an audience, whether it's sharing achievements, broadcasting struggles, or proving their worth. But true progress, true success, doesn't come from putting on a show for the world. It comes from focusing on what truly matters, the substance of your work, not the surface-level appearance of effort. When you stop performing for others, you free yourself from the constant need for validation. The truth is, the applause of an audience is fleeting. It feels good in the moment, but it doesn't sustain you in the long run. What sustains you is the deep internal satisfaction of knowing that you've done the work, that you've put in the hours, and that you're moving closer to your goals. When you prioritize substance over appearances, you're no longer driven by what others think or expect of you. Instead, you're driven by your own commitment to growth and success. Performing for the world often leads to misplaced priorities. You spend so much time trying to craft the perfect image, the perfect story, that you lose sight of what actually matters, the work itself. Posting about your grind isn't the same as grinding. Talking about your dreams isn't the same as pursuing them. The energy you waste trying to prove your dedication could be spent on real, meaningful progress. Instead of chasing the approval of others, imagine what you could accomplish if you directed all that energy toward your goals. When you focus on substance, your work becomes more authentic. You're no longer trying to impress anyone or meet external expectations. You're simply doing what needs to be done. And that authenticity shines through in the results. People can tell when someone is genuinely committed to their craft, their career, or their purpose. Authenticity resonates on a deeper level than any performance ever could. It builds trust, respect, and admiration, not because you're seeking those things, but because they naturally follow when you stay true to your purpose. Another benefit of stepping away from the need to perform is that it allows you to work in peace. When you're not worried about how others perceive you, you can focus entirely on the process. You can experiment, take risks, and make mistakes without fear of judgment. This freedom is crucial for growth. Mistakes are an inevitable part of any journey, but when you're performing for an audience, the fear of failure can hold you back. When you let go of that fear, you open yourself up to new opportunities and possibilities. Choosing substance over appearances also fosters resilience. When you're not dependent on external validation, you develop a stronger sense of self-worth. Your confidence comes from within, from knowing that you've put in the work regardless of whether anyone else acknowledges it. This inner strength allows you to persevere through challenges and setbacks. You're not deterred by criticism or lack of recognition because you're not working for applause in the first place. You're working for something bigger. Your growth, your success, your dreams. In the long run, substance always outlasts appearances. Performances fade, but results endure. People may forget what you said or how you presented yourself, but they'll remember what you achieved. They'll remember the impact you made, the work you did, and the legacy you built. And that legacy is built on substance, on the countless hours of effort, discipline, and perseverance that no one else sees. By choosing substance over appearances, you also set a powerful example for others. In a world obsessed with image, you show that it's possible to succeed without performing for validation. You demonstrate that hard work, dedication, and authenticity are far more valuable than any performance. And in doing so, you inspire others to focus on what truly matters in their own lives. Stop performing for the world and start performing for yourself. Let your work, your growth, and your results be your proof. When you focus on substance, you don't just achieve success, you build something real, something lasting, something worth remembering. Silence is often misunderstood. In a world that equates loudness with strength and attention with success, silence can be seen as weakness or passivity. But silence is neither of those things. It's a sign of confidence, discipline, and inner strength. To work in silence is to demonstrate that you believe in yourself enough to let your actions speak for you. It's about trusting the process and knowing that the results will validate the effort you've put in. Silence isn't about staying small, it's about building something so significant that it becomes impossible to ignore. Confidence in silence comes from knowing who you are and what you're capable of. You don't need to announce your goals, your progress, or your struggles to the world to prove your worth. Instead, you channel your energy into the work itself, focusing on what truly matters. When you're secure in your path, you don't feel the need to seek constant validation or approval. You recognize that the opinions of others, whether positive or negative, don't determine your success. What determines your success is your commitment to the work you're doing and the results you produce. Silence also requires discipline. It's easy to talk about what you're doing or what you plan to achieve. It's much harder to stay quiet and let your actions do the talking. But in silence, you find clarity. You eliminate distractions, doubts, and the need for external validation. You focus on the task at hand, giving it your full attention and effort. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who merely talk about success. It's what allows you to keep moving forward even when progress feels slow or when no one else seems to notice. Working in silence doesn't mean working alone, nor does it mean keeping your goals a secret. It means you're not doing the work for the sake of attention. You're doing it because it matters to you. When you're focused on impressing others, your efforts become performative. You prioritize appearances over substance, and your energy gets divided between the work itself and the act of showcasing it. But when you work in silence, you remove that division. All your energy goes toward making meaningful progress, and the quality of your work improves as a result. Silence also allows you to protect your goals and ambitions from unnecessary criticism and negativity. When you share your plans prematurely, you invite opinions from others, some of which might discourage you or plant seeds of doubt. Not everyone will understand your vision or believe in your ability to achieve it. That's why it's important to guard your work and let it grow without interference. By staying silent, you create a safe space where your goals can develop without being influenced or undermined by the doubts of others. Another advantage of working in silence is the element of surprise. When people don't see your efforts, they often underestimate you. They're unaware of the time, energy, and dedication you're putting into your work. But when the results finally come to light, they speak for themselves. The impact is greater because it's unexpected. You haven't spent time building hype or setting expectations. You've simply focused on delivering results. And those results, born from quiet effort, carry more weight than any words ever could. Silence also reflects a deep sense of humility. It's a recognition that the work itself is more important than the attention it might bring. Humility doesn't mean you lack ambition or confidence. On the contrary, it means you understand that success isn't about proving yourself to others. It's about fulfilling your potential and achieving your own definition of success. By working in silence, you demonstrate that you're not driven by ego or the need for applause. You're driven by purpose, passion, and the desire to create something meaningful. In the end, silence is a choice. It's a conscious decision to focus on substance over appearances, effort over performance, and results over recognition. It's a way of saying, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. My work will prove itself. And when the time comes, the results of your silent efforts will speak louder than any words ever could. They will reflect not only your hard work and dedication, but also the confidence, discipline, and humility it took to achieve them. When you commit to doing the work, distractions will inevitably arise. The world is filled with noise, opinions, comparisons, and pressures to conform. The challenge lies in staying focused on your goals despite these distractions. The ability to block out the noise and remain dedicated to your work is a defining trait of those who achieve greatness. It's not about ignoring the world around you, but about prioritizing what truly matters. Staying focused is a choice, and it's one that must be made consistently, day after day, regardless of the obstacles in your path. Distractions come in many forms. Some are external, like the constant stream of notifications, unsolicited advice, or societal expectations. Others are internal, such as self-doubt, fear of failure, or the urge to compare yourself to others. External distractions often demand your attention loudly, while internal ones quietly undermine your confidence and focus. Both have the power to derail your progress if you let them. That's why staying focused requires not only discipline, but also a deep understanding of your priorities and purpose. To stay focused, you must first be clear about what you're working toward. Clarity gives you direction, and direction keeps you grounded. Without a clear goal, it's easy to get pulled in multiple directions, wasting energy on things that don't align with your ultimate purpose. When you know exactly what you want to achieve, every decision becomes simpler. You can ask yourself, does this bring me closer to my goal? If the answer is no, it's easier to let go of distractions and stay on course. Another key to staying focused is learning to manage your time and energy effectively. Time is finite, and how you spend it determines the progress you make. It's tempting to multitask or take on too many responsibilities, but spreading yourself too thin often leads to burnout and reduced productivity. Instead, focus on what's most important and dedicate your best energy to those tasks. This means setting boundaries, saying no to unnecessary commitments, and creating a structured plan for your day. By being intentional with your time, you set yourself up for consistent progress. Blocking out the noise also requires confidence in your own journey. It's easy to get distracted by what others are doing, whether it's their achievements, their pace, or their paths. But comparing yourself to others only takes your focus away from what you need to do. Everyone's journey is unique, and success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. Trust that your path is valid and that your efforts will pay off in their own time. The more you focus on your own work, the less the noise of others will affect you. Mindset plays a crucial role in maintaining focus. A strong mindset allows you to tune out distractions and stay motivated, even when progress feels slow. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but how you respond to them determines whether you stay on track. Cultivating resilience, patience, and a positive attitude helps you push through difficult times without losing sight of your goals. Remember, progress isn't always visible, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Trust the process and keep moving forward. Staying focused also means being comfortable with delayed gratification. In a world that often celebrates quick wins and instant success, the idea of working toward a long-term goal can feel daunting. But true success is rarely immediate. It's the result of consistent effort over time. By staying focused, you embrace the idea that the work you're doing today will pay off in the future. You prioritize long-term rewards over short-term distractions, and this mindset sets you apart from those who lose sight of their goals in pursuit of immediate gratification. It's important to create an environment that supports your focus. Surround yourself with people who understand your goals and respect your commitment to them. Minimize distractions by organizing your workspace, turning off unnecessary notifications, and setting specific times for focused work. The more intentional you are about creating a distraction-free environment, the easier it becomes to stay dedicated to your work. Ultimately, staying focused is about believing in the importance of your work and your ability to achieve your goals. It's about choosing to prioritize what matters most, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. It's a daily decision to block out the noise, silence the doubts, and keep your eyes on the prize. Through focus, you build momentum, make meaningful progress, and move closer to the success you envision for yourself. Consistency is the cornerstone of any lasting achievement. It's not enough to work hard one day and rest on your laurels the next. Success requires sustained effort over time. Consistency means showing up, doing the work, and making progress even on the days when motivation is low or when results seem distant. It's not glamorous, and it doesn't always feel rewarding in the moment, but it's what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. The beauty of consistency lies in its simplicity. Small, steady actions repeated over time lead to extraordinary outcomes. When you commit to consistency, you're committing to a process. You understand that big goals are not achieved overnight, but through a series of small, incremental steps. Each step, no matter how small, builds on the one before it, creating momentum. It's like planting seeds in a garden. At first, you may see no visible signs of growth, but with daily care and attention, those seeds eventually sprout and flourish. Consistency ensures that you're always planting, always nurturing, always moving forward, even when the results aren't immediately visible. One of the greatest challenges of consistency is staying disciplined in the face of distractions and setbacks. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be obstacles that threaten to derail your progress. Consistency doesn't mean avoiding challenges. It means continuing to show up despite them. It's about finding a way to adapt, to keep going, and to maintain your focus no matter what. Discipline becomes your anchor, keeping you grounded and reminding you of the importance of sticking to your commitments. Consistency also builds trust, both in yourself and in others. When you consistently follow through on your promises, you prove to yourself that you are reliable and capable. This self-trust is crucial because it strengthens your confidence and resilience. You know you can count on yourself to do the work, even when it's difficult. At the same time, consistency demonstrates reliability to those around you. Whether it's in professional relationships, friendships, or partnerships, people respect and value someone who consistently delivers. It sets you apart as someone dependable and trustworthy. A key aspect of consistency is creating habits that support your goals. Habits are the building blocks of consistency because they automate your actions, making it easier to stay on track. When you develop positive habits, such as setting aside time for focused work, prioritizing your health, or maintaining a routine, you reduce the mental effort required to stay consistent. Habits allow you to perform at a high level even on days when motivation is lacking. The more you rely on habits, the less you have to rely on willpower alone, which can be fleeting. Consistency isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. There will be days when you fall short, when you miss a step or make a mistake. What matters is not that you never falter, but that you always get back on track. Consistency is built on the understanding that progress is not linear and that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. What sets consistent individuals apart is their ability to keep moving forward, no matter how many times they stumble. They don't let a bad day turn into a bad week or a mistake turn into a failure. They simply adjust and continue. Over time, consistency creates compounding effects. The small actions you take daily accumulate, leading to exponential growth. It's the reason why consistent effort often outperforms bursts of intensity. Imagine trying to fill a jar with drops of water. A single drop may seem insignificant, but over time those drops add up until the jar is full. Similarly, consistent effort may not feel significant in the moment, but its impact becomes undeniable as the days, weeks, and months go by. Consistency also teaches patience. In a culture that often glorifies instant results, the ability to stay consistent without immediate rewards is a rare and valuable skill. Patience allows you to trust the process and remain committed to your goals even when progress feels slow. It's a reminder that meaningful achievements take time and that the journey itself is as important as the destination. When you embrace consistency, you develop a long-term mindset, focusing not just on the end result, but on the growth and learning that happen along the way. In the end, consistency is a quiet force. It doesn't demand attention or applause, but its impact is undeniable. It's the daily act of showing up, doing the work, and trusting that your efforts will lead to something greater. Consistency is what transforms potential into reality, dreams into achievements, and goals into legacies. It's not about grand gestures or dramatic breakthroughs. It's about the steady, determined effort that over time builds the foundation for lasting success. Success speaks for itself. It doesn't need explanations, announcements, or embellishments. When you put in the work, the results will tell the story louder and clearer than any words ever could. It's easy to talk about your goals and aspirations, to announce your plans and seek validation before you've achieved anything. But true success isn't built on promises, it's built on actions. It's not what you say you'll do, it's what you actually do that defines you. The power of letting your results speak lies in their undeniable truth. Results cannot be debated or dismissed. They are the proof of your dedication, discipline, and effort. In a world where people often feel the need to publicize every step of their journey, there's a certain strength in staying quiet and letting your work do the talking. When you focus on results rather than recognition, you direct all your energy toward meaningful action. You're not distracted by seeking approval or applause. You're fully committed to the process of achieving your goals. This quiet, focused determination sets you apart. While others are busy talking about what they plan to do, you're putting in the work to make it happen. And when the results come, they speak louder than anything you could have said along the way. Letting your results speak is a lesson in humility. It's about understanding that success isn't about proving yourself to others. It's about fulfilling your potential and staying true to your purpose. Humility doesn't mean you downplay your achievements or hide your success. It means you don't feel the need to broadcast your every move. You trust that the quality of your work will be evident to those who matter, and you're content knowing that your efforts are aligned with your goals. This humility not only keeps you grounded, but also earns you respect. People are drawn to those who let their actions, not their words, define them. When you let your results speak, you build credibility. Words can be empty, but results are concrete. They show that you're not just someone who talks about ideas, but someone who executes them. Credibility is earned through consistency and delivery. Over time, as you achieve one goal after another, people come to see you as reliable, capable, and trustworthy. This credibility opens doors, creates opportunities, and sets the foundation for even greater success. It's not about seeking recognition for its own sake. It's about earning the respect that comes from demonstrating your abilities through action. Letting your results speak also protects you from unnecessary criticism and negativity. When you talk about your plans prematurely, you invite opinions, doubts, and even discouragement from others. Not everyone will understand your vision, and some may even try to dissuade you. But when you stay quiet and focus on your work, you shield yourself from these distractions. By the time people see your results, it's too late for their doubts to matter. The work is done, and the proof is undeniable. This approach allows you to move forward with clarity and confidence, undeterred by external noise. The power of results lies in their ability to inspire. When people see what you've achieved, they're not just impressed, they're motivated. Your success becomes a testament to what's possible when hard work, dedication, and focus come together. Without saying a word, you show others that dreams can be realized, goals can be achieved, and obstacles can be overcome. Your results become a source of encouragement for those around you, proving that success is not just something to talk about, but something to strive for. Letting your results speak also fosters a sense of personal fulfillment. There's a deep satisfaction that comes from knowing you've done the work and achieved something meaningful. This fulfillment isn't dependent on external validation. It comes from within. You don't need applause to feel proud of what you've accomplished because you know the effort it took to get there. This self-continued sense of pride fuels your motivation and drives you to continue striving for greater heights. Ultimately, when your results speak, they do so with authority. They reflect the hours of effort, the sacrifices made, and the challenges overcome. They tell a story of perseverance, growth, and achievement, one that no amount of talking could ever convey. Results are the culmination of everything you've put into your work, and they have a power that words simply cannot match. By letting your results speak, you not only validate your efforts, but also create a legacy that stands as a testament to your hard work and determination. In the end, true success is not about the noise you make, but the impact you create. It's about working hard in silence, trusting the process, and letting your results tell the story. The world doesn't need to hear your plans or watch every step of your journey. It needs to witness the strength of your actions and the substance of your achievements. Confidence, focus, consistency, and humility are the pillars that will carry you through even when the path is difficult and recognition feels distant. Stay disciplined, stay determined, and let your work shine louder than your words ever could. Because when success finally speaks, it commands a respect and admiration that no announcement or explanation ever can.